surfing the waves whenever she can. She's proud and strong, 'cause she don't need one man, and she's a local girl living in this Hawaiian world. Yeah, she's a local girl living in this Hawaiian world. So brothers, listen up and let me make this clear. You best not mess with her because she has no fear. If you do her wrong, then she will make you pay. 'Cause no matter what you do, she'll always get her way. She's a local girl living in this Hawaiian world. Yeah, she's a local girl living in this Hawaiian world. The best friend that you could have. She'll always make you laugh. And when it comes that time, she's always by your side. 'Cause she's a local girl living in this Hawaiian world. Yeah, she's a local girl.
And now, coming to you live from the Chocolate Bar Studios, Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou.
I like the steel drums played with the steel guitar. I go to honky tonks and to tiki bars. I like girls in bikinis and wearing tight blue jeans. I like the fiddle played with marimba thrown in and the conga drum beat behind the mandolin. I was raised in the country but still love the sound of the sea. I wear a cowboy hat with my bathing suit. I'm just a country boy who likes to sit under a palm tree. I'm not all mixed up, I just like my music. Tropical country.
Oh, yeah, it's Wednesday night. It's Hump Day! Happy Wednesday, everybody. Welcome to Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou right here on Tiki Man Radio. We are where the boots meet the beach. We are coming to you live from the Chocolate Bar Studios here in beautiful Harrison Bay overlooking the majestic Chickamauga Lake. And brought on the Tiki Man Radio, TikiManRadio.com, and also the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel, courtesy of MFG Records Tropical Live Cam. Our show is brought to you by JBL Legends Travel. JBL Legends Travel is the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio and partner for the second annual Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise, which this coming year is Mexico. If you want to check out all the great destinations that JBL Legends could do for you, give them a call at 732-831-5200. And Goaltending Services. GTS Charters is the premier charter service in Key West. Don't go down to Duval Street and get all that done, but once you, before you leave Key West, make sure you get out to a sandbar with Goaltending Services. Give them a call at 305-916-0990. Woo! All right, that's all done. So, hold on. How about I turn your microphone on?
Hey, that'd be great.
All right, my partner in crime, Laura Lou's in the house.
Hey, everybody. How are you?
How are you?
I'm doing great. Listen, the girls and I might get a little wild tonight. Tiki Man brought in some chocolate martinis for all of us.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
Yeah.
Well, and when she talks about girls, I'm going to tell you what, I am outnumbered in the studio tonight. We have special guests in the studio. We have the one, the only, Kirstie Kraus.
Hey, what's up?
And not only that, she brought in the one, the only, Crystal King is with her as well.
Hi, y'all.
Welcome to Tropical Country and Tiki Man Radio.
Thank you.
You ladies are the first in studio female spotlight artist for us.
We will take that.
We love it.
Gladly.
This place is amazing.
We are absolutely going to have a great time tonight. We're going to get to know both these young ladies and their music. But before we kick everything off, you know what we got to do. We got to tell you, welcome to the show.
Cowboy throwdown here in H-Town, where we're stronger than a hurricane. From miles around, best of the best come here to put their tough to the test. Give it all for gold or go home broke when they open up that gate. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight. Where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show. It's a Houston tradition, 4-H, FFA, and Go Texan. And you can bet, son, it's gonna be around a long, long time. When these riders and ropers give it their best, we'll show them how loud the hometown crowd can get. 'Cause tonight, y'all, we all got a little bit of cowboy deep inside. Welcome to the show, welcome to the home of the world's biggest rodeo, where the stars light up the night underneath that Texas sky. Welcome to the show, are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Are you ready for a ride? Yeah, you better buckle up and hold on tight, where the Bayou City streets meet the country roads. Where the Bayou City streets meet these country roads. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
That's right. It's going to be one hell of a ride tonight. We are going to have fun. Kirstie Kraus, Crystal King is in the house.
Say that 5 times fast.
No. I do not think I can. So before we get going, got any quick shout outs out there?
I do. So we
All
want
right.
to say hello to Miss Maureen. She is out there tonight.
Hey, Maureen.
And Miss Monica,
Hi, Monica.
the producer of the Sunday morning
Of
show.
course.
The Golden Girl is out there tonight.
Well, hello to the Golden Girl.
And David Zarakor is out there. Hello to you.
Well, hello to
Which
Z.
usually
And
means
we got to say hi
G
to
is
G.
out there, too.
Yes,
That's right.
ZNG, ZNG Patio from Memphis, Tennessee.
that's right. Laurice and Flaz. Hello to y'all.
Hey, guys.
Patty Smith. Patty with an I.
Patty with Rick's eye.
And
Of course, I'd be the one-eyed bandit, Rick the Stick of Rick's Hometown Licks right here on Tiki Man Radio every Sunday night from 6 to 8.
that's right. And Laurie Kraus is out there.
Hey, Mom.
I'm going to guess that's your relative. Yeah,
Well, we got to say hello to Mama, right?
that's right.
Yeah.
Judy Wright is out there tonight. Hello to you, Judy. Ray Clipper.
Awesome.
Barry D is out there tonight.
Hey, guys.
And, of course, our lovely sponsor, JBL Legends Travel. They are out there tonight.
Hey, Joe.
Hello to Joe. I want to also... Your mom's a little jealous of the chocolate martinis.
Yeah, it didn't take them
should
long to
be.
get a hold of the Tiki Man's official drink of the chocolate bar, the
I
chocolate
know.
martini.
Well, you know, it has developed its own reputation. Lexi LaPlante is out there. Hello
Hey.
to you.
That,
Oh.
what?
Says, hello, y'all, Beach Buddha and Honey Bunny, live from DeBoat.
Did you say Beach Buddha?
I did.
Did you say Beach Buddha?
I said Beach Buddha.
Well, we can't say Beach Buddha without talking about the official coffee of Tiki Man Radio. That would be Beach Buddha Coffee. Take a trip with every sip. It is the best roast from coast to coast. Go to TikiManRadio.com, click on that coffee tab, and see what roast is best for you. Because they're all
They are good. I always love the way it makes our house smell.
Yes, and I really messed up this time.
What'd you do?
I'm out.
Again?
Well, I misjudged because I was.
You're supposed to warn me so I can order you
coffee?
some.
I was getting them out of my
out of Beach Buddha.
I was dishing them right out of the bag, and I make my own K cups now.
Yeah.
Because we got a K cup thing, Keurig. So I've been making my own. I got these make your own K cups. So I've been making those, and when I was getting low in the bag, I didn't even think. I thought I got another bag up there. I'm all good.
Oh no.
And then when I emptied that bag, I looked up there. I couldn't find the extra bag. So
Buddha will be putting in an order later this week.
Order will be coming very, very soon. So hello to Honey Bunny as well. We can't skip her out.
I know.
So.
And Eric is out there. He says, "Hey, Kirstie."
Hey, Eric.
Everybody's saying hello to you, ladies.
love it.
Matthew James is out there.
Hey.
Says Kirstie Kraus and Crystal King are my favorite.
Ooh. This is so cool. Compared to the chat and everywhere to look around here in this studio, I'm so stimulated right now.
It messes with B-Dog's ADHD really bad.
Yeah, trying to take everything
It's
in.
all bright colors too, so you just want to look everywhere.
Yeah. Well, Larice says, Laurie. Okay, can't wait to meet you in person in Key West. Well, unfortunately, we're not going to be there this year.
In spirit, though.
We'll be there in spirit.
Yeah.
We'll be watching on TV.
Yes.
And hopefully have just as many drinks as y'all while you're down there. But yeah.
I don't doubt it.
I know.
Because
Absolutely.
your systems and your liver are used to this week being filled with alcohol, so you're going to have to
You can't let it down, right?
still do that here.
Right. My body will go into shock or something.
Yeah.
All right. Any more shout outs?
Oh, I didn't get to all of the Facebook pages, but we can check back in a little bit.
Absolutely.
I want to give these ladies plenty of time.
I know, because we got a lot of star power in studio with us tonight. So,
Right?
First of all, welcome to Tropical Country and Tiki Man Radio. We're so glad that you were able to come in studio. I think you're only the second person to ever make the trip over from Nashville to come in studio.
Well, I'm so glad we could schedule this and it worked out. And now we have a double bonus tonight because I brought my friend Crystal King, who I just adore her talents and just love her as a human being. So I'm so happy she's going to be coming down to Florida this trip and also going to the Meeting of the Minds with me.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
And she was warming up. I'm like, wow. Okay.
I know.
So
Yeah, these guys sounded amazing during warm up and
They
even more
harmonized
amazing
very, very
together.
well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was fabulous.
All her on the harmonies.
So we got a lot of ground to cover. So how about we'll just go ahead and get things started. So we want everybody to get to know who both of you ladies are, because you are definitely very, very talented and up and comers, not only in the country music world, but also in the coastal Americana world as well. So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah. So I was actually born in Florida, but I'm from Wisconsin. 2 weeks later, we moved back up to Wisconsin. My family's in Wisconsin. I lived up there until about 5 years ago, where I went to move to Nashville, and it was always of when I'm going to move to Nashville, not like an if, and, or but. Like it was like when I'm going to. And songwriting has always been my thing as well, and I just started singing at like the age of 2. So it was just, this is what I do full time for the past 7 years.
That is awesome.
Just travel around, put things in my car. We
Living the dream.
We fit everything in my car, and yeah, we go.
That is awesome.
And I think Florida's been calling to you ever since you were born there.
Yeah. My aunt lives in Anna Maria Island, which we talked about before.
Yeah.
And Anna Maria is such a beautiful place, and it was really the pandemic. I was the only person that had not gone to visit her yet. And she's like, now what are you doing? You don't have an excuse. You need to come see me now. And that sparked everything. From there, I saw the Trop Rock Strong video, and she was pointing everybody out. And now, fast forward a year and some to like be knowing all these people, like have their texts in my phone, and it's really cool. The community has been really opening and welcoming, and I kind of just keep diving in.
Well, it's going to be exactly one of my questions is, how does a girl from Wisconsin who is, making the move to Nashville to, pursue her country music dream find trop rock and coastal Americana. So that was actually kind of how I was going to ask that. So is your aunt big into the trop rock, coastal Americana?
Yeah, her and her friend Julie Vogan, who helps run stuff down in Mexico, like the concerts in Mexico.
Okay.
She was the one who was like, listen, you need to talk to Sam, and you need to email Sam and figure out how you can be a part of Meeting of the Minds and just start there. And so I emailed Sam, and from there I remember having a phone call with him about learning about Meeting in the Minds, and I'm like, okay, so what exactly?
And we talk about Sam, we're talking about
Sam down at the Songwriter Island.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And he, what is he, in Cape Coral now is where his house is.
Okay.
But yeah, so we were talking on the phone, and I was trying to ask him about the festival, and then I just got myself registered, and I felt like it was the next move to do because I just kept going to Florida. I think there was 9 weeks in a row that I was in Florida, and because I was down there so much, it sparked songs, and I just started writing songs about Florida. And I was like, I want to do this. Like, I want to come down here more often. So let's do that.
So you obviously fell in love with the beach and Key West. You said you've been to Key West a lot recently.
Yeah, this will be my 6th time from not this last May, but the May before that. And I've always loved water. Like long hot showers are my go-to. So the ocean, like being in places where we're playing by the ocean is so therapeutic to me. And like when we get to swim in the ocean on a day off, we work probably till like 3 p.m. online, and then we go swim at the beach, and it's like an amazing day. You can't go wrong with that.
Well, you're definitely a lot braver than Lou, because she won't get in the water at the beach.
Listen, I love the ocean. Yes, I love the ocean. I love sharks. I just don't want to meet one face to face.
There you go.
So I sit on the beach and watch and listen to the ocean.
Yeah.
And sometimes I'll walk, I'll let the waves hit my feet, but that's about it. I can't. I went in. I've been in a few times, and the whole time I'm in, I'm such a nervous wreck. I'm like, this defeats the whole purpose of coming to the beach. So then I just go back up and lay down and watch it all. Yeah. And I had to start. My kids love the ocean as well, and he loves the ocean, and so they'll all go in the water, and I've had to start like turning my back because if I watch them in the water, I'm still doing.
You're nervous for them. Oh.
Yes, it's horrible.
You've seen too many shark movies.
I know. I know.
You're a Shark Week person, aren't you?
I am. I love sharks, especially great white sharks. But I just don't want to.
Well, it doesn't help that to tell her about the one time where I did go to the beach and I actually did get bumped by a shark at the
and he
beach.
was only in knee-deep water.
It was a little bit deeper now. It was about waist deep.
There you go. Wait. So how did you know it was a shark?
Well, it was one of those things. I was down there with family, and it was my brother-in-law. We were standing out in the water, and we was just looking back at the beach and just talking and watching the kids run up and down the beach. And next thing you know, he goes, "Ow!" And I says, "What?" And he goes, "What'd you kick me for?" And I'm like, "I didn't kick you." And he was
like, the fin?
And he's like, "You kicked me." And I'm like, "No, I didn't." So then he stood there again. And he's like, "Will you quit it?" And I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He's, "Why are you kicking me?" And I'm not. So then we stood there for a second, and I'm like, "Ow, you didn't have to kick me back." And he goes, "I didn't." And then all of a sudden we notice all these little fish starting to jump up out of the water. And he looks at me and he just goes, "Oh my God, I think it's feeding time."
Yeah.
So we start rushing, trying to get back to the beach, and we no more and got about ankle deep water, and then the shark actually came up out of the water and got after those little fish that was swimming around there.
Was the shark?
And he was in shallow enough water we could see he was about 6 to 8 feet long.
Oh.
So,
see what I'm saying?
So I told her. And that was at Myrtle Beach. So
okay, I grew up at like the Carolina beaches, and I went to the Gulf beaches for the first time like in the past year and a half, and I was like, oh my gosh, this helps my anxiety so much. Like I can see what's coming.
Right.
Yeah, because over on the Carolina coast,
Beach,
you cannot
see it. Yeah,
right.
you just gotta pray for the best.
Yeah. That's where I went whenever I was younger, was Carolina Beach, and then I've been up to the beach off of New Jersey, and you can't see anything. And when we went down to the Gulf, I didn't even try it. I was like, oh, the water's so pretty. I'll just sit here.
Yeah.
I'll listen and watch. It'll be fine. So, yeah. I'm a puss.
That's funny.
All right. So you fell in love with Florida, but
Yeah.
when did you make your move to Nashville? How long ago was that?
So on October 3rd, it was 5 years. And like they do that thing where they celebrate their anniversaries. So it's been 5 years full time that I've had all my stuff living in Nashville. But there was about 3 years before that where I was doing lots of back and forth, like 6 times, 7 times every month. Then I moved.
Gotcha.
Like kind of built it up and was working around a band schedule while I was full time with music. Yeah, but I started writing in Nashville when I was 15.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That's a good long time. Didn't an early start.
Yeah, I think you'd find that like a lot of people's stories. I feel like in Nashville are where they started young. I don't know. Like I feel like, oh yeah, you did dance too. Okay, yeah, you did all the things. Like you started on guitar. Like
They all started prepping early.
right. It's just kind of. I think music chooses you. I've always said that. You don't really get to choose. It's just something that's in your veins, and you just have to. You just like have to do it. It's just a thing that you got to do. Yeah.
Yeah. So, how long ago did you meet Crystal then?
Do you want to take over this one?
I think it was about 4 years ago, maybe 5. We met early on. We had both just recently moved to Nashville.
And we were doing like writers rounds.
Yeah. So there's a place called the Commodore where a lot of people go and do writers rounds. And if you're not familiar with that, just you're playing all original songs. You kind of go down a row and talk about your song and play it. We got invited to be in the same round by a mutual friend, and we hit it off. And every time we saw each other, we always had great conversations, and we wrote a few times. But
We were in like one other round, and that was really it.
that was about it.
Really?
So like we knew each other, and like we were friendly, but we weren't like, oh, hang, let's go like get some lunch and hang out. But she called me last December.
Wait, you said something to me first. You don't forget
okay.
this detail. Okay, Crystal was like, if you ever want to go on a run together, a run meaning like a tour run, let me know. And like I was dating musicians. I was like done with guy musicians and going on the road with them. And I remember that she said that.
So she has a habitual habit, or not habitual habit, that was not a great way to say that, but she has a habit of dating guy musicians. And after like the third one in a row, she called me up and was like, hey, I'm going to Florida in like 3 weeks. You want to come?
Like right around the corner.
I was like, sure. And she's like, oh, by the way, it's like 22 days. So we got to know each other real good.
Right?
And I was like, either I'm going to want to kill her or we'll be best friends by the end of this.
But then she told me she loved me at the end,
did.
and I was like, this could work. But our first couple days, we went down to Key West and went to Erica's Chick Fest, and that's how. I brought Crystal and introduced her to Florida and the whole thing, and Key West and all of it.
And I had a blast, and I remember the first night we stopped in Pensacola with Steven, Chris Gray, and
At the Gray's Rum Bar.
Yes.
Shout out.
And they were just throwing around all these names and stories of people in the trop rock community, and I was like, I'm just going to drink my rum because I have no idea what y'all were talking about.
It was Kenny Chesney's rum. It was so good.
No clue.
It is good.
Blue cherry.
But I was like, sounds like a good time. And they were just so hospitable. And we played a house concert for them. And, it's just been cool kind of starting to meet the community. And I sing a lot of funny songs. And sometimes in Nashville, like it's hit or miss of how people accept those.
Yeah.
And it was fun to go to Key West and sing those, and everybody
people loved
it.
that.
And I was like,
She's
okay.
got one about, burying her husband in the backyard, and people just think that's, you're the reason I drink.
There's a lot of divorced people in Key West.
And I love a good heartfelt song, but sometimes I like to just play something lighthearted, and sometimes in Nashville people turn their nose up at you for that. So
Well, the world needs some humor.
it does. So I appreciated that in Florida.
That is awesome. So where are you originally from?
North Carolina,
What part of North Carolina?
Hickory. You ever heard of that?
Hickory.
They
Oh,
make
yeah.
furniture.
Hickory, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yeah. See, you would be.
And look how quick that
isn't
accent came back.
Oh,
Yeah, that's the hometown of Dale Jarrett, isn't it?
few more drinks of this and
There
it'll come
you
out real good. Yes, it is. His daughter
See?
actually went to my high school.
Oh,
so.
very cool. See, I know a little bit about North Carolina.
Yeah, look at you.
That's B-Dog's favorite place.
Yeah, I was in the Marine Corps, so I lived in North Carolina down in Jacksonville and Sneads Ferry area. And that's when I first discovered Topsail Island.
Okay.
And that's when I first fell in love with the beach. It was my first time I'd ever been to the beach. Was there at Topsail Island. So
nice.
it's my favorite place if I could ever return.
Cool.
You know, I know everybody talks and loves Key West, but for me, that was my first love, I guess, of the beach, of the ocean. And I guess that's where eventually maybe I want to get back there. I don't know.
And coincidentally, that's the first place that I ever saw the ocean too,
that's
because
cool.
we went to high school together, but my brother is 10 years older than I am. And so when I was 14, 15, he was in the Marine Corps, and he was stationed at Camp Lejeune as well. So the beach on base is the first place that I ever saw the ocean.
Wow.
And then we also went to Topsail Island. He took us there one day, I believe. But yeah, so we both fell in love with the ocean at the same place at different times in our lives. So
That's cool.
yeah, it was cool.
Well, it's funny that you said that. I had my dad's friend, Greg Hefner, was in the Marines, and they lived over on that area. And I remember being out there visiting them, and we were out at a restaurant, and they had a little DJ just playing music in the background. And that was my first time singing on stage, was in that
Oh, how
area.
cool.
Oh, how cool is that?
Because my parents dared me. They said, "We dare you to go, ask this DJ if you can
If there's
sing."
one thing anybody needs to know about Crystal right now, if you're taking notes, if you dare her or double dog dare her, she will do it.
I love it.
There
She
is
will
a
do
switch that flips, and I become so
Dare?
determined.
What? It's so great.
How cool.
That is awesome.
Matthew James says, dang, so you moved out to Nashville for your birthday.
Yeah, so I was going to move in November, and then my birthday was October 2nd, and I ended up canceling a couple of the bar dates as we were transitioning to the winter time. I canceled a couple bar dates and moved it up as kind of like an early, like a birthday present to myself.
Oh, that's
so the
cool.
day after my birthday, moved to Nashville.
That's really
Wow.
cool. Well, Leanne John-Jacques says she was amazing at the Grand Ole Opry last weekend and the Music City Bar. She had him loving her soft country music and her wonderful attitude.
That's right. You were-
Congratulations.
Thank you for bringing that up and saying all this stuff.
You were at the Josie Awards, right?
I was. I saw Aubrey, which was awesome, and I was like, I'll see you in QS. But yeah, the Josie Awards, I was nominated for Female Vocalist of the Year for Country.
That's
and
nice.
then Stage Fashion Trailblazer.
Wow.
I didn't even know that was a category.
Neither did I. But
She was going through my closet today, so it's her thing.
I think I like didn't know I have an addiction until that came up, that nomination. I'm not gonna lie.
She may have called my closet like a middle schooler's closet today. She was like, "Yeah, you wore these back in middle school."
Well, Eric Smith said, now that we know that about you, Crystal, there's a plan for Key West.
Yes.
They're going to
yes.
double dog dare you.
Team up on Crystal.
Now that they've let the cat out of the bag, you're screwed.
Tonight is the adventure just beginning. Like, there's no telling. With Key West in the mix of this tour, there's no telling what's going to happen. And I am so here for it.
We always somehow get in trouble somehow.
We don't get in trouble.
We
Sometimes we get pulled over and we get out of it, but like we don't get in trouble.
She bats her eyelashes.
Crystal literally hands him my CD and she goes, "Do you know who this is?" And I'm like, "Stop." And I'm like, "Why are you doing this? It's embarrassing."
And I was like, "Well, hey, it got you out of your ticket."
Yeah. She's like legit trying to get out of the ticket. So she goes, she reaches over to me, hands him a CD, and I'm like, "Oh my gosh."
Listen, that never worked for me. My dad was a police officer, and the one time that I got pulled over, it was like just on the border of our town that we grew up in. So I pulled over immediately, and I'm just like freaking out, right? So I think I was like 19. So I was freaking out, and the cop comes walking up to he's like, you know why you pulled it, the whole thing. And I'm literally like sobbing.
Oh.
And he said, are you okay? And I said, my daddy's going to kill me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm just crying. He's like, why is your dad going to kill you? I'm like, he's a cop in the town. And I'm thinking,
And
I'm
then
going
that
to get out of
worked.
this, right?
Oh.
So I'm like, he's a cop in the town, and he's like, oh, okay. So the whole time we're talking, he's writing up my ticket.
That's,
And he hands it to me, and he says, well, because when I told him my dad's name, it was Larry McKinney, and he said, oh my gosh, I know Larry. He's a super cool guy. And I'm like, yes, I'm in there. And as he says, he's a really super cool guy.
Here's your ticket.
Here's your ticket.
Oh,
Make
no.
sure you tell him I said hello. I'm like, really?
That should qualify as a hookup. Like, that should be.
It should have been a hookup, yeah. So
No. Well, she has a tendency, depending upon what cop she's around, she can be very cocky as well. So, because
Well.
she left out the point that, before that we ever got together, we went to high school together. Little secret, I was a cop for 20 years.
Yeah.
And in the town where she lived. And I drove past her house. She lived in an apartment complex
in my
at the time.
defense, he was cocky as soon as he put the uniform on.
Okay, all right.
So
I saw her
That's
standing
why you
out
still fell in love.
on the sidewalk holding a beer. So
right out in front of my house.
So I looked at her. I'm like, and I was kind of joking with her, and I'm like,
He's in the cruiser hollering out the door.
Like, ma'am.
going,
Excuse me.
you can't be out here on the sidewalk drinking your beer. And I was like, you got to get back in your yard. And she's like, well, what if I don't? And I'm like, well, I can get you public intox out here on the sidewalk. So then she started skipping back and forth between her yard and the sidewalk.
You're funny.
Sitting there going, public intox? Not public intox. Public
I was like,
intox? Not public
Going
intox.
to jail? I'm fine.
So-
Going to jail?
You were, like,
I'm
in high
fine.
school at the
I was,
time?
no,
Yeah.
I was 21.
Okay, so you're of age.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I was
she
of
was
age.
of age.
Yeah.
That's just hilarious.
So,
I-
so yeah,
so
so it
sad.
depends
I was like,
upon
you
what cop
cocky
she's in
ass,
front of,
I
how
could-
cocky she got.
Right,
yeah.
right.
She didn't ball on me and say no.
No.
That is so funny.
Well, I know everybody's enjoying all of our story time and walk down memory lane, but
Well, on a side note, your mama didn't know about the CD. She does now.
That's a different story. That was not the last one I told you.
Now you're just giving it away how many times?
I don't want to say too much with B-Dawg in the house here because he used to be a cop.
I'm retired. I'm
Yeah,
retired.
he doesn't care anymore.
I don't care anymore.
Oh my god. But yeah, the cop was like, you guys are going the wrong way. And we're like, we looked at each other, we're like, no, we're not. And then we had food on our lap, so we're like, we figured out eventually that we were like, oh, we went to get food, and now we're going on the, because he's like, you're not going where you say you're going. And we were like, what?
You had one of those guys trying to trip you up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not fair. So, but I know everybody's enjoying our story time, but I know that some people want to hear some singing too. So, you want to sing a song for us?
Yeah.
All right.
I thought it would be fun to do the song that kind of started it all for me. And I wrote this with one of my favorite co-writers who has a lot of cuts on my album right now. Yes, You Can. That's out. But this is the first Florida song I wrote. And it was actually February, what does it say, 1st of 2021. It's called
wow.
Florida Days. The daiquiri deck is open, clock on the wall is broken. It's everything we were hoping. Got a healthy dose of Bob Marley. Got the clear water so sparkly. Another postcard of a sunset right before our eyes. Everything Argentine, gentle breeze, coconut trees, pointed out at the open sea. You and me on that endless beach. Anytime's alright with me, 'cause all the days are good days when they're Florida days. Florida days, yeah, Florida days. grab some ice at the Circle K. Cause we're gonna be boating all day. The captain looks like Kenny Chesney. Yeah. Slow it down for the wakes. Cause we don't wanna spill our drinks. Straight cruising or putting along. From Marathon to St. John, everything orange and tea. Gentle breeze, coconut trees, burning out at the open sea. You and me on an endless beach. Anytime's alright with me, cause all the days are good days when the Florida days. Where everything's orange and tea, gentle breeze, coconut trees, burning out at the open sea. You and me on an endless beach. Anytime's alright with me, cause all the days are good days. Yeah.
Love it.
The crowd goes wild.
Everybody online is loving it, and they're loving the harmonies too.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
What are you talking about? You got those harmonies?
So either they're on point or they're atrocious. There's not a whole lot in between.
But here's the thing about harmonies: you just gotta try them. You just gotta put it out
That's
there.
right.
Oh, and Eric, it's some ice at the Circle K.
Grab some ice. I think my accent or something. Grab some ice at the Circle K.
Ice, yeah, there you go.
You know, I think I have a live version of that song that I played at Music on the Bay, and I'm gonna do it if I don't have them, but I put the lyrics. I think the lyrics are on the YouTube, like in the description.
Oh, great.
And if not, I will put them in there.
It's such a descriptive song, though.
Mom, hey.
It is.
Yeah. Well, you know, sometimes you just got to specify. Do you want ice from the Circle K or ass at the Circle K?
Ooh, in Key West, you never know.
Exactly.
You know, it is Fantasy Fest time down there, so you just never know what's going on.
Oh, we've heard a lot of things in
I
Key
said
West.
ass? Is that what he commented?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Well, you know, these guys, a lot of these guys, including Eric, have Key West on their brains because they're all going down for the songwriting showcase. So,
Thank you.
but yeah.
Bartender coming in here. Like,
Oh, wait.
Bartender.
You know my glass is empty. Just saying.
Tiki Man's in here
are absolutely fabulous,
refilling
by the
the
way.
chocolate martinis.
Listen, I love it whenever guests come to the Tiki Bar
Yeah.
because that's when I get chocolate martinis because I'm here every week. So whenever I ask, he's like, yeah, no. But whenever company comes, then he's like, hey, Lou, you want one too? I'm like, yeah.
Well,
rock stars come to town.
Right. When the stars come in.
well, here's what I said to him. I said, I'm going to convince Crystal to have a chocolate martini so that I can have a couple sips. And he came in with 3 chocolate
He did.
Well, you know, he's got to make a whole shaker full because I don't think he knows how to make them per glass.
No.
So he's got to make the whole shaker, and you know,
When you
Why
when you
not?
start the party, you got to really start the party.
That's right.
Go big or go home.
this is the only job I've ever had that drinking is encouraged. So,
That's the best kind of joke.
Still to this
Absolutely.
day, our most viewed show ever
That's what I was telling them
Yeah.
beforehand.
The
was
Cinco de Mayo.
Cinco
one.
de Mayo.
Cinco de
yeah.
Mayo show.
Margaritas.
I was, they had a few. I was out of town. I know somebody ended up falling out of their chair. Somebody else spilt their drink.
I would have
mean,
been
it was
mad. I'd
crazy.
be like, you drinking without me?
I know. Well, I was too busy being horrified on the other end of the television. But it was funny now to watch it.
Hey, we had a good time. That's all I got to say about that, you know. But unfortunately, there'll forever be video evidence of what took
Yes.
place that night. So.
Well,
Yeah,
only
you
for
could just
part
watch
of it.
back.
Yeah.
Well, for everything for about the last 15 minutes, because you know, once somebody fell out of their chair and disconnected
Unplugged all the cables.
disconnected the cable to the cameras, video evidence went away. So
Yeah, I was watching on TV.
you just
and
had to
the
use your
screen just went black.
imagination on radio from there on out.
That's hilarious. That is
Yeah.
hilarious. That's great.
Absolutely.
I
So-
said, my Wisconsin. I came out there too.
Yeah.
oh,
Excuse me. Okay. Yeah.
what
There.
part of Wisconsin are you from?
Madison, the greater Madison area.
So you're a Badger fan?
oh yeah.
She took me to Wisconsin for the first time.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, a few weeks ago. But everybody, I'm so used
3
to
weeks
like
ago? I don't know.
whenever I'm in other places, people make fun of my accent. So I was like, I have an opportunity here. And
Oh,
I just
yeah.
remember like the bartender saying something, and I like mocked him, and his face was like so shocked.
No sense of humor about it.
No, and I was like,
last-
oh, wrong place. Too soon.
I didn't tell you this story, but the last place we went to that Sunday, we went to a townie bar, and like I don't know if you guys use that term, townie bars, but
No.
What
up
is it?
up north we say townie bars for like a small bar, like a dive bar.
Oh,
Dive
okay.
bar.
Call them townie bars, like this is a townie bar, you know.
Oh my gosh, I love it.
So we walk in, and they're like, "Do you guys want help with your equipment?" And obviously not, because they've been drinking since 8 in the morning.
You're
for
like,
that-
no, you'll drop the guitar.
for that Packer London game.
Oh.
And I was like, no. I was like, here's what I need you guys to do. I was like, literally be you guys in your element so my friend can see you in your element. And they're like, oh, okay, we can do that. Like, it was so funny.
Those bars are
We
so
got
much
this.
better than the tourist bars in Nashville. You can find the best entertainment in those little
Absolutely.
hole-in-the-wall
Oh
bars.
yeah,
Yeah.
those are the best.
Just by the people.
Yeah.
I've learned a little bit about the Midwestern up there because I follow Charlie Barron's. You know who Charlie is?
So Charlie, I have a song
Oh, you do?
called the Scotty song, and like Charlie told me he would be in my music video
Really?
via Messenger and to my face.
Wow.
July 26th, he told me to my face, and I was like, yes. So he's gonna be in this music video, and the music is all about we love football, we love the Badgers, we love the Packers, you know. So he's game.
I
That is awesome.
absolutely love him.
Yeah, me
when I
too.
first discovered him, I fell out of my chair one day just laughing at the things that he does, and I wish I had that kind of a talent because you know the TikTok world that he pretty much owns. I think.
Yeah.
I wish I had that kind of creativity that.
Which was the
he
one
has.
that got you? Do you remember?
Well, it's always go Packers and F the Bears and
Yeah.
and all of that, but I can't remember.
The nice neighbor
Well, I-
one like got me, and
Well, I originally caught it when he was doing the Manawak Minute.
Yeah.
So it was just the funny news reports of when I first started watching him, and I'm like, either he's really exaggerating, or he comes from a podunk hillbilly area.
And that is really like he is that. He's an exaggerated, like maybe a slightly exaggerated version, but I feel like before I bring anyone up to Wisconsin, if they watch a couple of his videos, they would understand us, like the people of, they would just get
She
it.
literally took me to see a specific person because she wanted to make sure I knew that they had Hicks in Wisconsin
did.
as well.
Because some people think they don't think, but I was like, look at Crystal, dairy farms, cows,
Yep.
corn.
Yep.
Here's my random hick friend from high school that I don't know them very well, but I need to prove to you that we are Hicks. It was funny.
I won't hold you being a Badger fan against you, because we are originally from up north in Ohio, and we're Buckeye
Yeah.
fans. So
That's a big rivalry.
it is a big rivalry. So what happened to Wisconsin? They haven't been very good the last couple of years.
Anyone chime in? Yeah, I know. Horny Brook. Walker, aka Horny Bear, was having difficulty for a while, and I don't even know who's throwing these days.
Well, I'm not going to lie. There's been a couple years I remember when Wisconsin literally ruined Ohio State's year. So it's gone back and forth, ups and downs. But it's good that we can all joke about it and still be friends, right?
Well, Eric Smith said Patty and I got engaged at a townie bar in the Wisconsin Dells.
Oh, I love that. Yes, the Wisconsin Dells. I'll take you there too.
All right.
It's known for its water parks.
Oh, nice.
Okay. Anything else over there?
Leon would like to know, ask her about her rig rundown.
Favorite past. Okay.
Yes, favorite
My
past
rig-
event memories or following any major artists.
Okay, how would you take rig rundown? Like what I pack in my car and use for the show?
I think they meant your shows. Like what are some of your best shows or favorite shows? And like,
He
'cause
meant
it's-
gig?
Yeah, because it says favorite past event memories following any major artist.
Oh, okay.
Okay. I've done I don't know.
Instrument brands. Sorry.
Instrument brands. Okay, so I'm sponsored by Breedlove Guitars right now, and Breedlove has really, really nice guitars. So I'm not bringing that specific guitar down to Key West for this time, but I purposely got a very similar body shape, everything to Breedlove because I am in love with the shape of their guitars and how light they are and everything. So this is the next best thing. So that's what I prefer. We just, a lot of times I can fit everything in my car, and I love being able to do variety shows. Like one show is a very intimate experience where I'm doing an hour-long all original sets and I can tell stories, or I go and open for Randy Houser at a theater and I'm doing a mixture. I'm throwing in a little bit of covers, or I've gotten up recently with some bands in Wisconsin and just gotten up and played some songs with them. And it's just, for me, I chase the people. Oh yeah, thanks for that comment. I opened for Drake White.
I
very
love
recently.
him. I love him.
And this was the second time I was asked to be on the same bill as him.
Oh, how
and
cool.
I think it's because of the styles that we have.
Yes.
And that's what they kind of
I
told
think
me.
it would be cool if y'all would do one together.
I would love that.
If you guys could collaborate.
Oh my
Is Sam still in his band? He was a guitar fiddle player.
I don't remember the band members'
Okay.
names too much. I've gotten to chat with. I should stop on the chocolate martini, by the way. Just started.
No, have another.
She's only had a half of one.
Oh.
But I'm like, it's hitting me a little bit. I've gotten to sit and chat with Drake and all of his band members, and I actually, this is crazy. Before I found out I was gonna play with him recently, I wrote a song with John Allen Miller called "Break Up with This Bar," and in the song, in the chorus lyrics, it says, "I'll be dancing to some Drake White songs, singing along," and I had his name in there, and so I was like, okay, well, I better work this song up because I should perform it.
Right.
So I did sound check, and the guitar player, one of the guys, he was like, "Did you say Drake White in your song?" Like, they're up in the suite, and they were kind of like, "Did she really? What just happened?" I just did not expect it, and that was the best thing ever because I wanted to make him feel really welcome.
Yeah.
Coming, and
That's really cool.
It was fun.
That's really cool. He's had a rough time, so I'm glad to see him back up and doing well.
Yeah,
and
he's still in. He just still has a spirit on
Good.
stage. It's full blown him.
good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, he's got a lot of energy.
All right. Any more questions out there that you're seeing and anybody asking? Still want to make sure anybody that has a question gets their question answered for sure.
Greasy Joe is out there. He said, "Go Buckeyes!" Hey, Greasy Joe. It's been a
Greasy
minute.
Joe.
Yeah.
Love that.
Greasy Joe.
I'm still supporting.
I see the hat. Yeah.
Greasy Joe is an artist from Texas.
Yes.
Super, super cool guy. He was one of our spotlight artists. He flew in from Texas to be with us in studio. Yeah.
Yes.
It was
I love that.
amazing.
So-
What part of Texas?
That's great.
All right, there's a
Greasy
question
Joe,
for you,
what part
Greasy
of
Joe.
Texas? Yeah.
I believe if I remember right,
I
it's
should
Fort
know.
Worth area.
Okay.
If I remember right.
Maybe.
So
I haven't been there yet.
Greasy Joe, he was a cool guy because he's a former Navy fighter pilot. So.
Oh, goodness.
That's where he
And
got
that-
his name.
And
That's cool.
now he's a country music trop rock artist, and
That's awesome.
he's just one cool guy. So.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, so if y'all were ever
Yes.
in the same area, you should get together. He's a super nice guy, great songwriter. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll connect.
Yeah.
Yeah, we try to travel wherever we can.
We love traveling.
Well, we do our best to try to put people together. You know, we're kind of like matchmaker.
Love it.
So, Crystal, do you want to play us a song, one of yours?
I would love her to play a
Sure.
song. I was literally just thinking that. I was like, grab your guitar.
Got my guitar.
I'm like, yeah, we can't just let that guitar sit up against the wall and not be used.
I know, I was
That's
just
right.
getting comfortable over here, so had to put it down.
Still
Put the martini glass down and
I
pick up the
know.
guitar.
I'm caught. All right. I was thinking about Let It Float. That or Booze.
Let it float.
Okay. All right. So she was saying that one was her first kind of Florida song. So this one was as well. We were going down for the Chick Fest that Erica Sunshine Lee puts on. And it was the first year of it last year.
Yeah, in January.
Yeah.
Or so it was this year, technically.
Yeah, I guess it was this year. And so, yeah, we went down and I realized I didn't have any beach songs, and that's a crime if you're in Key West. So
Well,
we
absolutely.
sat down and wrote this one. It was a group of about 4 of us.
Poolside.
Yeah, poolside, and wrote this song, and it's called Let It Float. It ain't always sunny sailing on these seas. The wind ain't blowing your way and you're swimming upstream. You wanna go with the flow, but those clouds won't leave. Sometimes going nowhere is where you need to be. Like a bobber on the water when the heat gets hotter. Let the rise of the tide get you high a little longer. All your problems, let them sink. They get smaller every drink, you know. So let it go, let it roll, let it float. I had to back away, I'm so loud.
You are loud. You got lungs. I mean, you got lungs, girl.
When you don't feel like rowing, just kick up those feet. When life gives you lemons, that ain't worth the squeeze. Blow up a koozie for that drink. Ain't gotta overthink, just catching dreams and sunbeams. Like a bobber on the water when the heat gets hotter. Let the rise of the tide get you high a little longer. All your problems, let them sink. They get smaller every drink, you know. So let it go, let it roll, let it float. Don't take life too seriously. We'll all figure it out eventually. Like a bobber on the water when the heat gets hotter. Let the rise of the tide get you high a little longer. All your problems, let them sink. They get smaller every drink, you know. So let it go, let it roll, let it flow. So let it go, let it roll, let it flow.
Very nice.
Yeah.
I love it.
Thank you. That one was a fun one to write.
Now, is you have that one recorded?
Not yet. Not
Did you
yet.
record that just now?
Well, it is recorded now. It's live on video now.
It's recorded.
It's forever on YouTube, forever on SoundCloud.
I think I have a couple just live videos, but that one's one I'm hoping will be on a project in the future. So
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that. It's a nice song. I mean,
It feels
you left me
good.
speechless. What can
Oh,
I
well,
say?
thank you.
And that's hard to do because I normally don't shut up.
It feels so good. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just a fun song, and it was fun to write. You know, other Nashville girls, Kinsey Coppin, Tori Martin, and Caitlin Smith, or Caitlin Wrestling. I'm sorry. we're all on it. And I know Caitlin travels a lot in Florida, and so it was just a really cool trip.
Now, when it comes to the writing process, I know every artist, the whole process of writing is different. Can you describe pretty much how your process works? That's a question for both of you, too.
It's all different, is what I meant to say. Jeez. It's all different.
I told you, she's a lightweight.
Half a martini, she's done.
Yeah, you can go tell everybody because this is how it is. It's all different. Like sometimes I will hear somebody speak something and I'll write it. I use Google Docs and I use the recordings on my phone. And sometimes it's at 4 a.m. and I grab my phone and I'm like, meh, meh, because my voice is not awake yet. But I get the gist of it for the next day. Or we were rehearsing and I made her stay a little later. Was that yesterday, the day before? I don't even know. All the days run together.
No,
was that yesterday?
Day before.
The day before that, and I had an artist was coming over to write a song, Kirstie Huff. Say all those names together. But, Kirstie Huff, and she had said something. Okay, can we do a vote, right? Can we just say what you said?
So this is, I think, a common phrase.
Very common.
But she never heard this. But I said it's 6 one way, half a dozen the other.
Yes, of course.
Oh, yeah, we say that.
Yeah.
Never heard that in my life.
She'd never heard that.
And neither did my friend Kirstie Huff. So
Really?
Yeah, so we
I
took
was
a
like-
vote when she got there.
Yeah, and you guys, please vote in the comments if you've heard of that.
6 one way, half a dozen the other.
Yep.
Like, kind of basically
We said
means
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
Yeah, but same.
Yeah.
Same concept, though. But
So
yeah.
I was like, well, maybe that's what we'll write about. And I ended up pulling her in to like stay after rehearsal to like write this song with this other artist. And it ended up being called like Either Way. Like, no matter what I do, if I put love into it, it's going to be good either way. Like, basically that
Oh,
concept.
that's cool, yeah.
And yeah, we just like banged it out. And that just came from, I was like, oh, maybe a lot of it is just following your gut. Your gut tells you so much more than, we know so much more than we think we know. And it's really just getting in the space and being open enough to follow your gut. And I kind of just let the song tell me what it wants to be and sound like. And I just follow it from there.
Well, you already said, good idea. 1 chocolate martini and she's done.
Definitely wouldn't show up with a chocolate martini at a co-write probably.
Well, there you go. There's a song for you.
Yeah.
But we literally get song ideas like that all the time, like just random things that happen. And we've written probably 6 together this year. But both have a similar process. She kind of tends to be, I don't even think she realizes this, but you tend to be on like the melody side of things. Like you have the idea and the lyrics, but like the melodies, like you really shine there. And I tend to like be like a late night lyric person, and we'll just write bukus of lyrics in a doc and then show up and be like, here, do something with this.
Yeah, and that's often a common question is which comes first, the lyrics or the harmony? And it just depends, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's lyrics and then gibberish in between with the melody for me.
Okay.
You think they
What about
semi
you?
happen at the same time?
Yeah, a lot of times it's like the same.
Yeah, sometimes we kind of start building at the same time. If it doesn't, though, then usually the lyrics come first for me.
But like, there's a YouTube video that I have of a song called "Take Me Everywhere," and my co-writer was telling me about his daughter and how she had a boyfriend that wasn't treating her well, and then now she's got a new boyfriend, and he picks her up and takes her everywhere. And I was like, okay. And so based on that story, that's all I got to go off of. And I was like, maybe I hear kind of like this groove and this. So I'm like, it's like I'm building the track in my mind kind of thing. Like, how would I want this song to be like? And it ended up being really inspired by like a 2 Doors Down by Dolly Parton.
Oh,
like
cool.
I started hearing that intro and I was like, how about we live in this space, like with a little bit of rock and blues mixed in. And it ended up being a really cool, like, kind of signature song that I sang for a while to open my sets. So, yeah, just depends.
That's really cool. We're always fascinated by that because we obviously can't do it.
No.
But
Well,
yeah.
I can't sing. Lou can. I can't. But.
yeah.
Oh. You're next. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna sing "Happy Birthday" to Crystal until y'all
Yes.
started singing. Now I'm like, yeah, I'm not good enough for that.
We should sing happy birthday to Crystal. I'm
We
trying to make it.
should.
Yes.
I usually there is a little thing here. I used to. So I've been told that I need a red phone.
What's that?
Because back in
a
the day,
900
back in the
number
day,
phone.
you know, 1-900 numbers, you know.
I don't know if you're old enough
Yeah.
to remember the 900 numbers, but see,
I don't know if I
Kirstie's
know.
got this look on her face.
The
She doesn't know.
1-900 numbers is where people could call to have somebody
It's
talk
the-
dirty to them, you know.
It's the
That
X-ray
kind of
phone.
number.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's back
See,
in the day.
I was just on the cusp where I didn't know what a rotary phone was, and I had
Oh,
I was in
no.
Oh,
my
I didn't know
sales
that
job,
part.
my first sales job, and I was like, "Hey." I went scroll back and I was like, "Guys, what's a rotary phone?" And they ripped on me.
I bet they did. I bet they did.
Sometimes I forget that these guys are babies.
I know. Do you
They're
feel
just
old now?
Really?
Yeah.
I know.
Okay, so they told you needed a 900.
Oh yeah. So I needed a phone. I could do that job. As a matter of fact, whenever I was a case manager in Ohio, I had a lady. She was like in her 80s, and I worked in a cubicle. And so whenever I recorded my voicemail message, I was trying to talk quiet so everybody couldn't hear me recording it. And so I was talking and I was like, "Hi, you've reached Laura Parks, blah, 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 blah," right?
Oh,
So,
I can hear it.
so I had this, I came in the next morning and I went to listen to my voicemails, and this 80-something-year-old lady was like, "Oh my God, you have the sexiest voice."
I love it.
And just started going, "Do you have a red phone at your house? You know you could do that job, right?" And so I'm laughing. So that's been a running joke. So then I learned how to sing the Marilyn Monroe version of Happy Birthday. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so now I sing Happy Birthday to everybody.
Okay.
All right, we
Okay.
need to hear
Crystal needs that so bad.
There you go. You opened the door right there.
I did.
We're just beginning on this journey for this trip. Crystal.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Crystal. Happy birthday to you. There you go.
Oh, that was amazing.
That was the extent. I left out the Marilyn Monroe part for you, though. It might have been kind of awkward.
I know she's feeling the love. Yay,
That's
thank you
my
for doing
goodness.
that.
I
You're welcome.
appreciate it.
You're
yeah.
welcome. Now you're officially one of the family. That's
I
what we
love
do.
it.
Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to take a quick little commercial break, and then when we come back, get some more live music from you ladies.
Sounds good.
Sounds great.
All righty, that will be coming up here very, very shortly after these messages. Hey, y'all, this is B-Dawg.
And Lou.
From Tropical Country, B-Dawg and Lou, here to tell you about our sponsor, JBL Legends Travel.
JBL Legends Travel is your full-service travel agent. They specialize in cruises, all-inclusive resort vacations, destination weddings, and romantic getaways. They're dedicated to offering you the best prices and advice, all while maintaining an emphasis on customer service.
So don't hesitate to contact them so they can start planning your next travel adventure. You can contact them at 732-831-5200 or check them out online at jbltravelgroup.net.
Mom needs rest. We need a vacation. Daddy's stressed. We need a vacation.
Hey y'all, this is B-Dawg
And Lou.
from Tropical Country right here on Tiki Man Radio. Next time you take a trip down to Key West and you want to get out on the water, we want you to check out our sponsor, Goaltending Services. Goaltending Services is the premier charter service in Key West. They offer a wide range of amenities. Goaltending Services is also a veteran-owned company, and they take care of their veterans and active duty personnel by offering a 25% discount with your veteran or military ID. For more about Goaltending Services, give them a call at 305-916-0990.
Or look them up online at goaltendingservices.com.
Off the coast on a boat. Drop a rock on the radio.
Long time coming and day the people all around me moving to their own beat. It gives me harmony as I live my melody. I can be who I wanna be. Endless possibilities. I've heard it sound playing in my head for so long. It's beating in my heart and it's strong. Going with the groove. I'm starting something new. I follow the tune. Do whatever I can to. Got nobody asking me to. Go on and make that move. I'm starting something new. I'm big and patient, needs a different frame. Everything changes, one thing always stays the same. I've heard a sound playing in my head for so long. It's beating in my heart and it's strong. Going with the groove. I'm starting something new. I'm starting something I'm starting something new.
Ready?
Here we go.
I love it.
There's so many talking moments in my album.
Of course, that is Kirstie Kraus and Something New. That is a award-nominated song. let me get that mic here for you. There you go.
It is single of the year for the TRMAs this year, so something new. I'm super, super jazzed about that.
That is
awesome.
That is awesome. They said congratulations. Hey, Ambassador. The Ambassador is out there.
The ambassador of all great things.
What up?
She's also counting down to Key West. You know, I didn't
Yeah.
think it was going to bother me that we weren't going
Yeah,
as much as it bothers me now.
I know.
It's only because you have two guests in here that are like, you
I
can just see in
know.
our faces how excited we are.
I
I
know.
know.
It's not even. And I'm watching everybody comment and like. I'm like going to avoid Facebook for the next few days because everybody's like 2 days and counting, 1 week.
You are
and
not the
counting.
only one that said that. That they said they're going to shut down their Facebook.
And then I'm going to open it back up once everybody gets there so I
Yeah.
can see everything. But yeah.
Yeah, everybody's going to be just arriving and getting down into Key West, and we'll be right here on Wednesday night having a show with maybe or may not anybody listening. We
Us
may be
and our
just
two
talking to
friends.
ourselves.
Nah, I'm sure there's not 10,000 people going to Key West. Well,
Well, you never know.
10,000 that listen to us going to Key West.
Yeah. All right. So we talked about some live music. You guys want to play another song?
Yeah. Sure.
Because honestly, we could just sit and listen to you guys all night. We could just shut up, just
I
let
know.
you put on
Y'all
a show.
just take over.
I mean, we do love to perform. That's kind of what we do for a living. But I was telling you off air, kind of when we first got here in this past like year, I think I have like 15 Florida songs now. I kind of did a deep dive and I wrote with like, you know, Beth Travers and Joe Downing and Bill White recently, and
Oh,
just
how
a
cool.
ton. And like John Ellen Miller and I have been writing, and Erica and Aubrey, and so it's been really fun. And so I thought I would do one that I wrote with Joe Downing. It's
Cool.
called Making My Own Waves, and we wrote it in December, like right after Meeting of the Minds this last year. And I remember I was sitting on Zoom. We did it on Zoom. We couldn't because we couldn't be in person. So yeah. It's called Making My Own Waves.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll make a plan from a simple idea, like a little grain of sand just floating in the sea. Surely this speckle will find its way through the ebb and
flow of change that happens day by day. And just like the wave, something's bound to happen. There ain't no other way. Oh yeah, we can't stop it. I'll be just like the ocean, one and the same. Sitting here making my own waves. Yeah, I'm sitting here getting carried away, making my own waves. Ooh, I'm making my own waves. Yeah, I'm making my own waves. Once the waves get rolling, I'll be carving out a cake. It'll be perfect rays and sunshine every day. Occasionally I'll take time to celebrate, raise a glass with my friends down by the bay. All my hard work is finally gonna pay, 'cause out of nothing I got something that could never be taken away. I'll be just like the ocean, one and the same, sitting here making my own waves. Yeah, I'm sitting here getting carried away, making my own waves. Yeah, making my own waves. Ooh, I'm making my own waves. Well, would you look at that? With little work, the waves just keep rolling in.
I love it.
Thank you. So normally there would be like an epic John Patty solo or something like that, and then another chorus.
I think that's actually the first time I've heard that full song.
Really?
Yeah.
Cool.
Or definitely the first time I've heard it live.
Yeah, I've been
So.
playing it at Writers Rounds
All right.
recently.
I got to learn that one now.
Yeah, we'll work out the harmonies.
Well, all right. Well, Chris, you got another one for us?
Sure.
All right.
So this one isn't necessarily like a trop
What
rock
are the options?
song.
Or which one? Dive bar? Are you doing that one?
I was
That's right.
thinking
We're at a
Booze and
country
Boots.
place tonight.
Booze and Boots.
Oh, I
different
like
one?
that. Yeah.
Okay.
That would be great because you're on
Yeah.
it like a song that we wrote together.
This is a song that we wrote together. So it's not
There's a story,
necessarily a trop rock song, but it was inspired by my first trip to Key West. When I discovered
You have hair like just. I can't take you seriously.
know.
So just continue with your story. I got you.
So my bangs, I went with bangs this year, and I'm too cheap to go get my hair cut in Nashville.
yeah.
But my mom's a hairdresser, so I always wait till I go back to North Carolina. But it's been a little bit, and my bangs are at this awkward point
I hate
where,
that.
like,
Okay, you're
can't
fine.
do anything
Wait,
with
tell
them.
them the Key West. What
Anyways.
happened?
yeah. So I got a little drunk.
Because at Island
They make
Smoking
the
Tuna,
drinks a little stronger there.
a lot stronger
a
in
lot
Key
stronger
West.
there.
Every Key West story starts with, I got a little drunk.
Got a little drunk last.
Well, yeah. I mean, and this is like the first night of like our first trip to Florida together.
She was in overalls.
I was in overalls.
She kept apologizing to me about being drunk, and I was like, "Girl, do your thing. Like you're fine."
She doesn't know me that well, and she like wasn't drinking, so I was like, "Oh my gosh, she's gonna hate me. Like she's never gonna talk to me again."
I was like, "No, you're fine."
But anyways, at some point in the night, I was drinking whiskey and Coke, and I realized I was talking, but as I was talking, I was dumping the whiskey out the side of the glass
it was going like this into her cowboy boots.
into my cowboy boot. And I said, "I got booze in my boots."
And I was like, "I'm writing that down right now, and we
You're
will
like,
write
that's a
this
song.
Yes.
So after they, held my hand and walked me to the golf cart and they would not let me sit on the back side of the golf cart, and got me to bed. I like somehow managed to shower and all this stuff and make it to bed. And the next morning I was like, I don't even remember doing any of this stuff. But I brushed my teeth, I showered.
You guys, I kid you not, that same night, Crystal looked at me and told me that
I asked her why one of her songs, she instead of saying North Carolina, she says Texas. And she looks at me straight-faced, drunk. And she's like, because Texas is only one syllable. I was like, I don't think so. I wouldn't let her live that down.
No. So we got this song out of it. So this one goes out to any of you who were either maybe sneak a flask into your boot into a football game or a concert,
a country concert.
It's not just for looks, y'all. Or if you're just a sloppy drunk like me, literally spilling whiskey down your boot. When the sun goes down on my side of town, those dry county lines get blurred. We meet out at our old stomping ground out behind the Baptist church. I got a Bible and a prayer card in an oversized purse and a little something in the bottom to quench our thirst. Don't matter how we sneak it in, as long as we keep on drinking. I got booze in my boots, a little shine in my flask, many airplane bottles in my secret stash, little sway in my walk, a little swing in my talk. This is how we do it in the dirty South. Take a little sip and pass it around. If you're looking for a buzz, I got you, 'cause I always got booze in my boots.
You redneck.
Oh, yeah. If we ain't got tickets, there's a VIP entrance, and we'll just jump the gate. And if we get caught, a little sweet talk can go a long, long way. Billy's got a six-pack under that flannel shirt, and Betty's suit's gone up a bra size or two since Power Hour. Don't matter how we sneak it in, as long as we keep on drinking. I got booze in my boots, a little shine in my flask, many airplane bottles in my secret stash, little sway in my walk, a little twang in my talk. This is how we do it in the dirty South. Take a little sip and pass it around. If you're looking for a buzz, I got you, 'cause I always got booze in my boots. Prepared, just like a good Girl Scout. Got a few good hiding places no one will ever find it. I got booze in my boots, a little shine in my flask, many airplane bottles in my secret stash, little sway in my walk, a little twang in my talk. This is how we do it in the dirty South. Take a little sip and pass it around. If you're looking for a buzz, I got you, 'cause I always got booze in my boots. Always got booze in my boots. Yeah, I got booze in my boots. I got booze in my boots.
That is the perfect song for
That
our
is a country
show.
song, y'all.
That's right. Perfect song for our show.
That is a country song, for sure.
Well, she lived it. We wrote it.
Yes, and I think we wrote it the next time we went to Florida. We'd kind of been writing in our little doc that we'd shared on Google, and we were on our walk and kind of sat down
Just
and
on
wrote
a walk. Started
wrote
writing
the rest
it.
of the song.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That is awesome.
Well, Miss Patty Campbell says hello, y'all, and she said y'all sound great.
Oh, thank you.
It ain't easy being Patty Campbell.
It is not.
course
Y'all
we got-
know, Kirstie, you probably know Tim Campbell, right? Have you gotten to meet Tim and Patty yet?
I don't think so.
Oh,
I think they're going to be running around down in Key West.
Okay,
So if you have the
awesome.
chance, they are two of the greatest people ever.
Okay, perfect.
matter of fact, Tiki Man Radio is the sponsor of the SAC Awards that Tim Campbell came up with. That unfortunately you don't qualify for this year because you are TRMA nominated, and the SAC Awards is the Shunned Artist Coalition. So it's the award show for everybody else.
Okay.
Well, hey, I believe. Let me get that over
You should
there.
have
and-
seen like my excitement though when I found out I was nominated. I was running around my condo
She
like.
Well, Fred
you
Fred
should-
Quisgard
Oh,
says it sounds great. He's enjoying the show and the awesome music. He's going to be playing percussion next week at the Smoking Tuna, Dirty Harry's, Hank's, and Island Dogs.
Okay,
So-
I'll come up in and
he's going to
introduce
be at
myself.
Songwriter Showcase, too.
Yeah, and I was telling Kirstie on the break, we were talking to Greasy Joe chimed in earlier. He's also going to be at the Key West
Shout out.
at the Tiki Man Radio
Absolutely.
Songwriter Showcase.
Love it.
Greasy Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love Greasy
So-
Joe.
There's a hell of a name, isn't it? Hi,
Green.
I'm Greasy Joe.
Crazy Joe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, that when he came out, when he was here, was like, okay, I have to ask, how do you come up with the name of Greasy Joe?
Right.
Which that was his call sign when he
Right.
was a pilot. So
That's super
it all
cool.
made sense
That
after
makes
that.
sense now.
Yeah.
And he goes, contrary to belief, not everybody gets cool names like Maverick and
Right.
Slider.
I watched Maverick
and all
by
of
the way,
those
in theaters.
Yeah.
It's really good.
He said normally call signs are not flattering at all.
Right?
Well, Greasy Joe ain't that bad.
Tim said that's his whole dilemma. He's nominated for a TRMA award himself, and he came up with the SAC award.
So he can't go on that. You can't
He
go to your own
doesn't-
awards.
He's going to present, but he's not qualified to able to win this year.
Can't win his own awards.
And I just got off the phone with Tim, just not too long ago. And I'm like, listen, man, we're going to be doing the showcase. So if you're going to the TRMA Awards, if we just so happen to win, something, whatever, will you go and accept the award for us?
Yeah, there you go.
He says, I'll go up there and I'll moon everybody. I'm like, that'd be great. Thank you. I just wanted to pop in here and say, you guys are fantastic. And I'm so glad that you guys found each other.
Oh, thank you for saying
You
that.
know-
That warms my heart.
We've interviewed, like I said, the radio station's been around for about 8 years, and we've interviewed a lot of people out of Nashville, songwriters, producers, record companies, all this stuff. And it ain't easy doing these songwriter
The rounds.
round tables, where you go in and you got your song and it comes to your time and you play it, and then it's like they just skip and go on, whatever. But if out of that you can find the magic of somebody that you can work with, it's worth every bit of it, right? It takes a lot of courage to do that, and you guys have found some magic.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah,
We have a lot of fun.
We were just saying, like, I called her the minute she left my house, and I was like, oh my gosh, it was so much fun riding with you. Like,
Yeah.
I'm so glad you stayed. It's always a good time riding with you. And she's like, oh, I'm glad you called me. I was just thinking the same thing, and it just clicked, like our friendship and being able to share music is so cool. Like being able to be on stage together, not all the time, but when we are,
Sure.
we love it.
Well, I mean, I think when she's singing, she brings out a different you, right?
Yeah.
You turn into a different person. You're into her vibe because she's into
Yeah.
this vibey stuff that she does, right? She gets in there and she's singing, these lyrics that she was singing earlier, right? And I could see how you could change just by the notes that she's hitting and how she's singing it or whatever. And I think it's magical.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Music
lot of fun.
Moves me.
Yeah, she loves doing
moves her.
harmonies, and I mean, I think
I
that's
love
the cool
harmonies.
thing about like us touring together too. Is like I think because we've become such good friends, it's helped like make the music stuff easier too. Like,
Sure.
because shows aren't as most of the time we enjoy doing shows because it's what we love to do. But
Yeah.
there's occasionally that painful show,
Yeah.
and when you have a partner in crime and somebody that you're just like laughing and having fun with, it's even if nobody's paying attention, we're having a good time.
Makes
and
life
same
a little
same
easier.
with writing, like when we have just like those experiences that we can write about, and it just makes it easy. Like, a lot of times there's pressure in Nashville writing because
Yeah.
you have like a meeting and you like go and you write and you're like, we got to write this song, and like we got like 2 hours and we got to crank out something good if I'm ever going to write with me again. And that's
Yeah.
kind of what's cool about writing with friends is like the pressure's off. And actually, I think you get better songs out of it that way too. Because
Yep.
you're not trying so hard.
Exactly, and I think the whole coastal Americana, trop rock, we call it a family. And you guys, when you travel together, you'll see this, right? Everybody's always willing to help everybody, no matter what stage you're on, what group you're with. Everybody is working together to make sure you're successful. They're pulling you up on stage, come and sing this song, do this, do that, and it's such a cool vibe.
It's so much different than the
Oh, yeah.
mainstream Nashville
Yeah.
side. That clawing and fighting and
yeah.
to get
Not that there's anything wrong with Nashville. I'm
No,
not,
we love Nashville,
yeah,
but
we're not getting around,
it's
you know what I'm saying.
it's a whole different level. I mean, it's a whole different thing, I think.
Just being like, I was so brand new last year, and I ended up getting on stage like 8 times. I mean, that says a lot. Like, I think she's gonna be up on stage all,
yeah.
Between Ricky Lamb and the Trop Rock Junkies and Erica Sunshine Lee and Mike Nash, pulled me up for a round at the Smokin' Tuna with Brighton Stoll and a couple others. Like, I was just able to be busy the whole time, so that was really cool.
I got a call from Darby Ledbetter this week, and he can't make it to the showcase, and so I immediately reach out to Mike Nash, who is in Greece. Right, took him 24 hours to reach back to me. Now, usually because he's a big Vols fan, right? We're talking every Saturday. Go Vols.
Funny.
All that stuff. But he was in Greece, and I'm like, hey man, I got this spot. Can you slide in there? He's like, I'll be there. So I love Mike Nash. He's always a good friend. He lives right up the road.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about where we're at, is that we're right in the middle of Nashville, Knoxville, Atlanta, Birmingham. Everybody comes through here to go somewhere. It's very cool.
He played, so the first time that Jimmy Buffett tried to play the Alpine Valley in July in Wisconsin, him and I did the pit stop, like the party before, like the pre-party for Jimmy
the tailgate
Buffett.
party.
And so then I felt like a half Jimmy Buffett version, because I was able to experience part of the tailgate, but I couldn't go see him perform because he canceled. So, so then a month later, I ended up going back up there to see Jimmy Buffett. But it was nice to like spend time like that with Mike, because I hadn't really spent time with that until like last November.
Yeah.
So.
And I think, you mentioned Erica Sunshine Lee. I think she's really an ambassador for that whole connection between Key West and Nashville, right? She's worked with so many up-and-coming artists and so many people in Nashville, and then she goes off, and she goes to Australia. She goes to all these places, and does all these cool things. But I just love how she opens up her whole world to whoever she comes in contact with.
Absolutely. That girl is an incredible workhorse and songwriter. And we wrote the song Silver that I first put out on my Yes You Can album. So I put it out in July of 2020, and it made it to the Country Network. And she was all pumped, and she was jazzed for me, and we were celebrating that together. So it was really, really cool that we got to write that together.
Well, this is all great, but I'm so glad you finally made it to the chocolate bar.
I know. Thank you for our chocolatey martinis.
Chocolate martinis, and there's food upstairs. I hope you guys, anything you guys need.
We like to eat.
Our home is your home when you're traveling. Don't ever come through Chattanooga without calling and say, hey, we need a place to stay. We'll take care of you, okay?
All right, we appreciate it.
That's amazing. Thank you.
Absolutely. B-Dawg?
All right. I appreciate you stopping in with and giving the insight, because you have a lot of insight that we don't necessarily have, as far as, especially when it comes to the Trop Rock Coastal Americana community, because Lou and I was all around the country music world in Nashville and all of that, and we're relatively still 4 years now that we've been around, and we still feel relatively newcomers to the genre, because there's just so much about artists that we keep learning all the time. Like, no kidding, it wasn't that long ago that found out Brent Burns played on Hee Haw, and then it was like, what? Never knew these kinds of things. So we're always learning something new, and the Tiki Man, of course, is always a wealth of knowledge.
Well, the banner up there says your Trop Rock Paradise, and we changed that about 3 or 4 years ago to your Coastal Americana, because what I found is that people were trying to write songs to get into that genre.
Yeah.
And you may have a great song that's setting over here that we will love, right? But a traditional trop rock station may not play that because it doesn't have something about a beach or a margarita or whatever, So we didn't really change how we did anything. We just changed how we marketed ourselves, because we love all kinds of music. That's why we have a country show every Wednesday, and that's why we have Jukebox Saturday on Saturdays, and go back to that shagging music on Saturday and all that stuff.
The blues shows,
the blues shows.
We played jazz and
we love great
classic
music.
rock. We've played everything here. So
I love it.
So
Yeah. We just love music in general.
Yeah, that's us.
Cool.
And you guys are awesome. So I'm so glad you
you.
found each other. Okay.
Yes,
All right.
do.
all right. Well, with that,
Thank you, Tiki Man.
I'm just in the mood. Just keep hearing you sing more. That's all I want to hear.
Well, you said I was thinking about this a second ago, and you were talking about, just country music, and this is a new one that I've been playing out, and I just got to write this with Billy Droz, who's a bluegrass guy.
We
So
love bluegrass.
my sound with bluegrass is a whole new mix now that I'm like really just been tapping into, and I'm just really excited about the songs that we're writing, and we're hopefully gonna go in the studio, and he said he was gonna put these together, so I was like, yes, whatever, I'm here for it. So this song is called Don't Mind Being Alone.
Mama always told me, girl, you gotta love yourself. Don't get too dependent, always needing somebody else. Yeah, I'm the kind of girl who wants a guy like you to hold. Before we take it too far, there's something that you need to know. Be careful with my heart, boy, don't mind being alone. I'd rather take the lonely nights than put up with the fuss and fight. If nothing ain't going right, ain't gotta have you by my side. Oh, I love it how you hold me on days when nights get cold. Be careful with my heart, boy, I don't mind being alone. Daddy taught me what it meant to really stand my ground. So I'm strong like a river, and rivers don't ever drown. They say when you know, you just know. So I'm willing to wait till your love really feels like home. Be careful with my heart, boy, I don't mind being alone. I'd rather take the lonely nights than put up with the fuss and fight. If nothing ain't going right, ain't gotta have you by my side. Oh, I love it how you hold me on days when nights get cold. Be careful with my heart, boy, I don't mind being alone.
Insert epic solo. Maybe like a lap steel, I don't know. Whenever he decides, I'm sure it's gonna be pretty.
I'd rather take the lonely nights than put up with the fuss and fight. If nothing ain't going right, ain't gotta have you by my side. Oh, I love it how you hold me on days when the nights get cold. Be careful with my heart, boy, I don't mind being alone. Be careful with my heart, boy, I don't mind being alone.
Thank you.
Wow.
I love it.
Hey, Steve. Thank you, guys.
So I love that song. I have 3 girls, and B-Dawg has 3 girls. And I was a single mom for about 12 years. So I literally have raised my girls saying, you be with a man because you want to be, not because you have to be or because you feel like you need to be. And make sure you're always independent enough to take care of yourself. So thank you for that song because, it's my whole philosophy in life. Yeah.
I can see it touched in your eyes. It makes me so happy.
I was holding back tears for a minute, but yeah.
Your harmonies on that was fantastic.
Yes.
too.
Yeah, you did a great job on that, Crystal.
Crystal's like, I don't know, I just tried them just now. Like,
I think the first time I've ever
I
tried
think
to
that's
sing
the
harmonies.
first time you've heard that song in person.
I think it's like the 3rd time.
Yeah.
But yeah, because you did it in Wisconsin, and you've been getting
that's
like
right.
a lot of response out of that song. It's a really great song.
Yeah, a lot of people online were loving it. Steve said he loves it. Fred loves it. There's tons of people on here that are saying how much they love it. Dave Freeman is out there tonight.
Hey, Dave.
He says, hey.
We wrote a song together.
Did you?
And it's called I Should, in parentheses, Open Up a Bar. And,
Oh, that's fabulous.
and it's about like, oh, it's so fun. I just cannot wait. Maybe in some magic moment in the future, I'll be able to perform it with the Trop Rock Junkies. That's the idea, but it's such a fun song.
That's awesome. Yeah, Dave was on our show a couple weeks ago on video.
Yeah.
Did our show. So he's before he went to Hawaii.
Yeah.
He got to do the Hawaii Songwriters Fest. So
And I believe he's back now. So.
he is back, yes, and I think he's working his way, getting ready to work his way down. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just like everybody else except for B-Dawg and Lou.
I know.
we suck.
Y'all.
He said in the comments that magic moment is just days away. Hint, hint. That might mean we might get to do something.
Oh, that would be fun.
It's a funny song, but it's like, oh, if I owned a bar, my stuff would I would leave my microphone up all the time, but then it talks about the problems of owning a bar. It's just so fun. Like that song is really
Cannot
fun.
wait
I haven't
to
heard
hear
that
it.
one yet. I haven't heard that
I'll
one.
play you the work tape
Okay.
in the car.
That's cool. That's cool. Yeah, Dave's such a fun guy, and I'm glad y'all had a chance to work together.
Yeah, we Crystal and I will be leaving at I don't think we told you guys yet, but we'll be leaving at 6 a.m. because we are going to make our way to the Sarasota Parrot Head meeting and perform for them tomorrow.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's awesome.
And so in order for us to get into Anna Maria Island on time and then change and pretty much show up to the show, we need to leave at 6 a.m. and this girl is not a morning person.
I'm with you.
Are you one of those ones you just better sleep in the car or else they may not get you up to get going?
Yeah. No, I'll get up. I just might not be the nicest about
We sent
That's me. Don't speak to me before 10. Yeah.
the itinerary came out via email and we just haven't had that conversation yet. And I know she's like, why did you do that?
I saw it.
Yep.
Just chose not to say anything about it.
That is awesome. So after you get down there, like I said, you're going down Anna Maria Island, going to Sarasota, and then you're just going to work your way on down the Keys.
Yeah, we play every day until the 30th, and then we have Halloween off. And then we start playing the pit stop parties on the 1st and the 2nd.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
And then we're ending the trip with Disney World.
Oh, yeah. Then
Oh,
after
wow.
Key West, as if that wasn't enough, we're going to make our way straight up to Orlando and go to Disney World, and the next day go to Universal.
And that's just going to be purely like fun enjoyment. We're
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
all right,
cool.
we've worked our butts off, so
I
now
met
we're going to.
somebody in Key West, and he was like, I got the hookup, and I was like, you're my new best friend.
Exactly.
That's
Have you
it.
ever been to Disney?
So when I was like 8 and 10, so it's been a minute, like I don't remember now. I remember meeting the princesses. Sign my book, please.
Never been to Disney, but have been to Universal. You'll have a great time there for sure.
Yeah.
So,
I'm excited.
I wrote on her birthday card on the back of the card. It said, "P.S. Let's go to Disney."
So actually, this is a good little story about how I'm not a good person to wake up. But my parents.
Is this an intro to your song?
No.
I thought.
I know. I was like,
Segue
sweet,
right
there's
into the
another
song.
song.
I really thought she was a good
I
segue.
will.
Yeah.
No.
She goes, I will.
anyways, so it was in like 4th grade, and my parents woke me and my sister up. We'd already gone to bed, and they woke us up to tell us that they were going to take us to Disney. And then they were like really disappointed because me and my sister were like dead asleep. So we were like, oh, cool. Can we go back to bed now?
Like sleep more important.
And our parents were like so sad because they were like, we thought they were going to be so excited. And I was like, what'd you think you were doing waking us up?
That is Allison. That is Allison, yeah.
You know, it hit me again. You know how there's a lot of times when I talk to people or I hear people sing, they'll remind either their voice or their looks or somebody, they remind me of somebody else.
Okay.
And when she was talking, it finally hit me who she reminds me of.
Who?
She looks like Elizabeth off the Waltons.
Is that
Yes.
TV show?
Oh my God, we are so old. Did you hear them? They're like, the Waltons?
what's
Is
the
that a
Waltons?
TV show?
I don't know that either.
Hey,
Okay, listen.
your mom and dad will know, okay?
Yes.
We'll show you a picture later, but that's who she reminds me of.
Yes,
so.
she does.
All right, well, you were talking about strong, independent women earlier.
Uh-huh.
So this is a very uplifting and inspirational song about being a strong, independent woman and murdering your husband and burying him in the backyard.
Atta girl. Nothing personal, honey.
I knew I was outnumbered.
Nancy asked me why I done tore up my tulip bed. And Barbara had some things to say about the spade outside my shed. The HOA's been on my back about the state of my lawn. And up and down the block they're asking just to where my husband's gone. What I do is up to me if it's on private property. So paint your picket fence, stay on your own side, and don't dig up secrets when you can let them lie. Got blood on my hands and dirt to my name. Hell, I just might be digging a grave, but it ain't for you to say. So go on and bite your tongue. If you were smart, you'd learn to mind your own backyard. Well, it's been a week since I woke up with a new black eye, but that part's not true, y'all. And I found him a punishment that sure fit his crime. So if you really want to know why my grass is this green, it's cause of that piece of shit that's buried underneath.
We asked if it was okay earlier.
Oh, it's an open secret, and that's how I'd like to keep it. So paint your picket fence, stay on your own side, and don't dig up secrets when you can let them lie. Got blood on my hands and dirt for my name. Hell, I just might be digging a grave, but it ain't for you to say. So go on and bite your tongue. If you were fart, you'd learn to mind your own backyard. So
Did you say fart?
I was reading the fried green tomatoes.
Okay, keep going with your song.
And if you don't, you might end up in my own. Ooh, ooh, ooh. He said I said fart. So paint your picket fence, stay on your own side. You're gonna finish the song. Mind your own backyard.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Oh, I
You've
love
been
it.
listening to the Kirstie Kraus
You can't talk
comedy hour.
Honestly,
Oh my gosh.
when we're together, we're always laughing. We are always laughing.
I was trying to keep a straight face and be all.
No.
Yeah, I could. They got me going.
And I just go on the mic. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
oh man.
I caught it. I was reading. I shouldn't read and sing at the same time.
The fried green tomatoes.
So one thing I love to do is, one time I was singing Jolene by Dolly Parton, and the first line's "Your beauty is beyond compare," but I got tongue twisted and it came out "Your booty is beyond compare."
But then she's like, I'm not going to stop there. I'm going to take it to a whole nother level.
So now I sing "Your boobies are beyond compare," and I just like just scoot it in and see if anybody notices.
Right? Has
And
anybody said anything?
most of the time people don't, but there's usually one person in the audience who's like,
Who's sober?
He's like, she said, what?
Well, that's funny that you mentioned the song Jolene because our one of our sponsors, JBL Legends Travel, Joe is in Aruba, so he's in Aruba
All right.
listening to y'all tonight.
Oh, that's
And he said, I'm trying to find it. He made a comment about the person on stage listening to a guitar player singing Jolene with an Arubian accent. Not good.
but the Mind
gosh.
Your Own Backyard song will hopefully have, we're recording it now.
Oh, good.
It's in the process, and it's going to kind of have that vintagey Dolly sound, just tongue in cheek. It's just
Oh,
good, fun song.
Do you want to do Jolene?
Oh, I don't know.
Is that a thing that you guys do?
Well, yeah.
well, sure.
Okay.
Do you want me to do Jolene?
Let's do it. Let's just switch
See, this
off.
is the kind of show.
Let's
This is why
switch
we
off in
say
A minor.
we're where the boots meet the beach because we're a country
Do A minor?
music slash
I do it in B minor, but we can
it's
do
all
A
about the
minor.
vibe.
My voice is kind of low today, so we can drop it.
Okay.
We're cheating.
That's all right.
You're cheating hard.
So, you want first verse or second verse, or what do you want?
I'll do the first if you want.
Okay. Do you want to do the opening chorus? All right.
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 oh, please don't take him, even though you can. Your beauty is beyond compare with flaming locks and falling hair and every skin and eyes of emerald green. Your smile is like the breath of spring. Your voice is soft like summer rain, and I cannot compete with you, Jolene.
Should have had you sing the first verse.
Talks about you in his sleep. There's nothing I can do to keep from crying when he calls your name, Jolene. And I can easily understand how you could easily take my man if you don't know what it means to me, Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Oh, I beg it of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Oh, please don't take him just because you can.
You could have.
Thank you. Now you could have your choice of man, but I could never love again. He's the only one for me, Jolene. I had to have this talk with you. My happiness depends on you and whatever you decide to do, Jolene. Jolene, 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 Jolene. No, I beg it of you, please don't take my man. Jolene, 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 Jolene. Oh, please don't take him just because you can. Oh, please don't take him just because you can. Oh, Jolene, Jolene.
So eerie.
That was kind of an eerie ending. Huh?
That's for you and
That was such a
nice.
beautiful tone, though, that you
Yeah.
had.
Well, thank you.
I don't know what I was thinking. I should have had you.
I don't know if I creeped you out or if it was pretty or what. But
Well, you got any more comments or anything over there? As well, the night is quick.
See, we should.
Look how fast the things went.
That's how it
Should've
went.
done booby. I
That was
know.
the exact order: beauty, booty, booby. And that's why she should have sang the first verse, because that's how she does it.
I know. I looked at you. I was like, I hope she puts it in there, but I've asked her to before, and she won't.
You're the raunchy one.
Well, let me tell you, I love the
Just kidding.
comedic twist within your music. I absolutely love
Oh,
it.
it's fantastic.
You know, so I can picture, you know, what is your, I guess, your end, what you would deem yourself a success? I mean, are you wanting like the big time record contracts, or you want to be known as a songwriter? What would you say your ultimate goal is?
You know, any and all of it, if that makes any sense. So, like, I mean, I think like the big goal would to be on big stages and singing at the Opry and winning awards. But I think also I just love singing and I love songwriting. So, you know, if that's as far as I make it, I'll be happy.
Yeah.
So as long as I'm just getting to do it, but I love kind of that either way, even if I'm a big artist, I still would want to be like writing my own songs or even writing for other people. Just because like that's the part I love about it.
Right.
I wouldn't want to just sing songs that were given to me.
Right. And I, like I said, with that, like the song, you know, Mind Your Side of the Fence there, you know, I could picture like Miranda Lambert. That seems like her style.
Well, I don't know.
of that.
She's happily married now. It used to be your style, but
Well,
she's
it used to be, but you know.
Well, acting up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that-
know, she
yeah,
still
that-
got it. She's
Yeah,
still
she does.
sassy,
Got that
right?
sass, yeah. So you know, I could picture that. I mean, I always loved that style because you know, on top of telling the story, it's a funny story. You know, if you know, talk about murder being funny, but
The most upbeat murder song you'll ever hear.
yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, but it does. You have that. I don't know. It just makes it a good song, comedic. I mean,
really, I think
Yeah.
I hear you sing. Your singing style is not your songwriting style. Almost puts me in the mind of Brad Paisley. It can go anywhere
I love
from
Brad Paisley, so that's awesome.
yeah. I mean, it can go anywhere from very touching to just fun to just downright hysterical.
yes.
And yeah, I mean, and the way that you put your own little. I don't know if it's jazz. I don't know what it is, but there's something that you put in there that's that
There's
just
a pretty element, and like
Yes.
as Crystal's help of marketing thing, she's working on an album right now, and the album has serious, pretty moment songs that just are heart wrenching, and then it has stuff like "Mind Your Own Backyard" or like
Yeah.
a song that's out right now called "You're the Reason I Drink," and
oh my gosh,
just
we need that
sits
song.
in the funny like yeah.
Just by the title, I need that
That
song.
one's on Spotify, all the iTunes, all the places, YouTube. I wrote that one as my love song to my husband.
It's out. Yeah, make
So-
sure you send it to
yeah.
them.
So
Yeah,
you're
send us
reason
the
that I drink.
MP3.
I will.
I'll make sure I'll look in the car and make sure we have a card, and I'll get
Okay.
it to you
Perfect.
because we would love to have some of your music here in the station so that we can play you on our show.
Yes.
And yes, Rick, I thought the same thing. Goodbye, Earl. That it has
that
that
kind of comedic value. Yeah.
I've been singing Goodbye Earl
Since
since
she
I
was 4 years old.
I think like kindergarten. I have a teacher who still like messages me on Facebook. It's like, I remember you singing Goodbye Earl on the playground.
Oh my gosh, that's fabulous. Except I had a kid by then, but we won't talk about that part. But yeah, I mean, you really, really are super talented. Thank you so much, Kirstie, for bringing
Yes.
Crystal here so we can introduce her to
Absolutely.
everybody.
She's gonna meet so many awesome people this week, and I'm
Oh,
just
yeah.
so happy to bring her and introduce her to everybody.
yeah, yeah.
And
We're
just
so glad
honored
you
to
did.
get to play with Kirstie too, and she's gracious enough to share her time and stuff and share her stages with me. So
Which is a big deal. I mean, y'all probably know, being in Nashville, that's not as common as people think. And the
And
first
there's a lot of ego in Nashville.
Oh yeah, and you know, the first time we went to, I think the first trop rock thing we ever went to was the Parrot Head Rendezvous with the radio station, and all of the artists were kind of like you were saying. You went down there with nothing, and you were on stage 8 times. You
Yeah.
know, and they were doing that. They were pulling each other up on stage, and they were switching out, and it was such a different atmosphere than what we were used to in the artist world. So I think if you haven't noticed by now, you're going to get a good taste of that this week, and you'll come out with tons of friends.
Can't wait.
The trop rock, coastal Americana. We are, like Danny said, we are just one huge family. So
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, and Matt said your husband is just as country too.
Oh, he kept making fun of your husband's accent the other night.
Yeah,
at dinner.
He was really like amused by my husband.
It was a group of us.
So.
Oh yeah.
So let me just. This is the best fact about Crystal's life ever: is that her and her husband met at band camp. He is now a band director for middle schoolers, and back then Crystal played the flute.
Yeah.
Really?
So that's how we met.
One time at band camp?
That was my life. That was my life. And yeah, like she said, he's a music teacher now. And actually, I was just telling her this in the car. So apparently, CMA, the Country Music Awards, does a lot of supporting of like music education.
Yes.
And my husband told me that he was going to apply for a CMA as a teacher, and I was kind of like.
If you get one before
if you
me.
get a CMA, that's what I'm saying. That was my reaction. I was like, I want to be supportive wife, but I'm also kind of like, do you know how badly?
Yeah.
I was like, okay, it's okay. You can apply. If you win, though, I'm making your acceptance speech.
Right.
And like honestly, I told Crystal that no matter what happens for me in my career or wherever I go, I'm gonna make sure that this girl's taken care of because I just 100% believe in her and love her so much. So
That is awesome.
go make sure.
That is awesome. Well, why don't you remind everybody where we can find your music and Crystal's music and.
Yes. I dropped an album May 27th, which is 2 songs are nominated this year for the TRMAs, and you can find that KirstieKraus.com. It's under Kirstie Kraus on all platforms.
And that's Kirstie, not Christy.
Right.
Don't make the mistake I did.
Thirsty Kirstie.
That's right.
Thirsty Kirstie or Kirstie Alley, who I was named after.
Yeah.
And Kraus like Alison Krauss. So that's where you
Well, I'm glad you
Nice.
at least know who Kirstie Alley is.
I do.
I'd feel really, really bad.
Well, you know, Dave Freeman said that you all didn't know the Waltons because you were too busy watching American Pie.
there you go. We're quoting American Pie. There you go.
And her,
So
her
funny.
album's amazing, so definitely check it out. It's really cool.
And do you have a website or anything?
I do. So it's crystalkingmusic.com. So Crystal with a K, like the burgers, and King, like Burger King. So you can find me on there. I have some songs out on Spotify, iTunes. Released some stuff back in January, February. But I'm working on a 7-song album now. So I'm kind of in the final phases of mixing it and hopefully start releasing from it next year.
That is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we definitely wish both of you the best of luck.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
congratulations on the friendship. Because I think throughout, no matter what your careers take you, I think you found lifetime friends as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, she's stuck with me. She's stuck with me.
I don't think she minds too
We've
much.
learned a lot of each other's quirks, so
We're
that's
both
been
very
fun
quirky, I feel like.
and interesting.
Oh, yeah.
I got my foot stuck in a stool like 2 days ago. Like everything's just wild.
She's a walking TikTok over here.
That's cool.
Well, we're
Thank you
going
for
to
having
take a
us.
quick break to do the JBL Legends Travel Minute, and then we will be right back.
Awesome.
All right, I was going to say we was going to do a travel minute, but for some odd reason, it's not playing. So we're back. just
having our
like
own
that.
Conversations.
Yep, we are. We are getting down toward the end of the night, but can you remind everybody where you're going to be, where they can see you, and all of that before we?
Yes, we'll be in the Sarasota area.
Whoop, hold on here. I hit the wrong
You're
button.
not used to 4 mics.
I'm not used to somebody sitting over here in this chair. Nobody ever wants to sit this close to me.
We'll be in the Sarasota area for till the 30th, and then Let me look up my UK friend that I just sent him all information on our graphics. So November 1st starts the Songwriter Island Radio's Pit Stop Party at Bongos. November 1st is then later the Boondocks Pit Stop Party with the Trap Rock Junkies, and then Meeting in the Minds. So I'm playing the Pirates and Poets thing at noon at the Casa Marina on Wednesday. And then a swim event on Wednesday. And then we have the award show. And then on Sunday, I'm going to play the Beachfront Radio Trap Rock All-Stars at the Smoking Tuna. So I will be posting it on the Facebook. Crystal also has a round on one of those pit stop parties, and we'll just be posting it everywhere on our social medias.
Well, we definitely look forward to seeing what's coming up in the future for you guys.
Thank you.
And you are welcome to stop by
Yes.
our show anytime. We would love to have you back in studio.
It's so pretty in this area. We've talked about doing more shows closer to Nashville because I live so far away. You know, my family lives so far away in Wisconsin, and we
Right.
thought maybe Chattanooga would be a really pretty place to be able
We
to play.
know quite a few places.
Let's talk.
Yeah, we'll chat.
We'll put our hands on it.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, the night is quickly winding down, so
know.
we should remind everybody what is coming up on Tiki Man Radio here for the rest of the week.
Here's your weekly lineup on Tiki Man Radio. Sundays at 10 a.m. Eastern Island Time. Sunday mornings with the Tiki Man. That can be seen on the Tiki Man Radio YouTube channel as well. Later that night at 6 p.m. is Rick the Stick's Hometown Licks. Wednesdays, noon Key West time. Live from Key West is the Key West Connection with Tyler Sheff and Rob Bond. Later on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern is Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou. That can be seen on YouTube. Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Tequila time. It's Island Vibes with Scotty Chill and Ruth the Truth. Fridays, get your weekend started off right at 11 a.m. Eastern with the Friday Kickoff with Jen Shen. Friday night, you have Coastal Confessions with B-Man and Mi-chelle live from Key West, starting at 8 p.m. Eastern. Saturdays, when you wake up, Buttercup, it's Jukebox Saturday mornings. That runs till about noon. Make sure you check out all these great shows on Tiki Man Radio. What could possibly go wrong? Cheers.
And there you have it. That is your lineup here for the rest of the week. You know, I did know that the Tiki Man was holding out on me, but he has saved me with some Beach Buddha coffee.
Yay.
I am saved. And this is Hazelnut Bay, so that's my second favorite.
So Coconut Bay and Hazelnut Bay are your two favorites.
Those are my two favorites, but definitely you want to go over to tikimanradio.com and click on that coffee tab to see all the different blends and pick out a favorite for yourself. If you can't decide, that's okay, because they have a bunch of sample packs where you can just order a little bit of everything until you find what you like.
That's right.
But we definitely want to thank you ladies again for coming on the show with us tonight. Hey, let me get...
It was so fun. Thank you for having us.
We had a
It
blast.
literally went by so quick.
It did. I think we could go a third hour and probably not have a problem with it whatsoever. But we want to thank our sponsors, JBL Legends Travel. JBL Legends Travel is the official travel company of Tiki Man Radio, and they are the partner for the second annual Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise. And if you looking for a vacation idea, how about check this out?
Last year, Tiki Man Radio's family and friends went down to Montego Bay, Jamaica for the very first Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise in Montego Bay. Traveling around with JBL Legends Travel was a fantastic time. We all had a great time. This year, we're going to do it all over again. Guess where we're going? Mexico! That's right, baby. We're going to go get us some tequila south of the border. That's the second annual Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise in Mexico. May the 2nd through the 6th, all-inclusive resort at the Hotel Rio. You can go to tikimanradio.com and click on the banner and get signed up today. Now, don't waste any time. Don't cheat yourself out of a good time like you did last year, okay? Go ahead and reserve the room. $100 reserves the room, and it's fully refundable. Tiki Man Radio Escape to Paradise, Mexico, 2023, May the 2nd through the 6th. Contact Joe Leo at 732-831-5200. Don't get left behind and don't cheat yourself out of a good time. Tiki Man Radio, come and party with us. South of the border in Mexico, baby, 2023.
There you go. That is the perfect vacation idea for you if you just don't know what to do. And for all those of you that are heading down to Key West, do not forget about our sponsor, Goaltending Services, GTS Charters. They are the premier charter service down in Key West. They will take you out and show you a great time out on the water. And give them a call at 305-916-0990. Gypsy and Monty, there are no better people when we only work with people that we trust, and there's no better people than they are. They will show you a fantastic time, and they are a veteran-owned business, and they will take care of their veterans. They offer a 25% discount, and on top of a lot of charter services down there, Goaltending Services is handicap service, handicap accessible from the dock. So you'll definitely want to check out Goaltending Services. And MFG Records, Dave Signs, Beth Travers, not only are they fantastic musicians and songwriters and artists, they are record producers themselves. So if you are an independent artist out there looking for somebody to take your music to the next level, check out MFG Records Tropical. Lou, do you have anything that you want to say?
I'm kind of speechless.
Hold on, there you go. Yeah.
I know. I'm kind of speechless tonight. I've had so much fun with you ladies. Thank you so much for being here.
Good.
And I do want to tell, I know that we're
a little over, but we're all right.
We're a little over, but I do want to say to everybody who is going to Key West, have a fantastic time. Have a drink for us. Be safe. And take lots of pictures so we have something to look at while you're down there.
That's right. And while you're all in Key West, we will be here holding down the fort at Tiki Man Radio, and the Tropical Country with B-Dawg and Lou will air as always right here on Wednesday nights from 7 to 9. And ladies, we wish you a very, very safe trip on your travels. Have lots of fun, soak it all in, and we wish you the most of success in your futures, because you're both very, very talented, and you definitely the sky's the limit for both of you.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, thank you for having us. I love that we are the first females.
Yes,
you are.
space.
You are the first in studio female guest that we've had.
We've had female artists on video, but you're the first ones that's made the trip in.
Yes.
Here, so.
And you are welcome back anytime.
Oh, we'd love that. Appreciate
Just call
it.
us and say, hey, we're crashing the party tonight.
Okay.
And we'll be here.
All right. Well, just like that, our time for the week is done. We wish everybody a happy week, a fantastic weekend, and safe travels. We will see you right here next week with Tropical Country, B-Dawg and Lou.
Bye, everybody.
I know it's been a lot of fun, but the set list is all done. The night was very loud and you've been a good crowd, but you know it's time to run. You've all been very kind, thank you for your time. You put me to the test as I try to address all of your requests for the night. As we look to the moon and the manager's protocol. Well, I don't ever want to end, but for now, my friends, last song, last call. A spirit with his clientele, and the drinks are flowing well. A beer sent from the bar and a healthy tip jar. Handsome tunes that I can sell. It's been a cool room, but it's ending too soon. And they remember to tip the bartender as they surrender to the tab. And they lip sync to the lyrics that they used to recall. Anytime I gotta say those words, oh no, last song, last call. Some came as ones and left by twos. I'll break down the gear as we wind it up here. After the last song that I choose, it's the last ride near closing time. A final round chord as I strum the last chords, and the guitar returns to the case. Needless to say, it was a pleasure to play for you all. Here's to toast to everyone as I finally say, last song, last call. Here's a toast to everyone as I finally say, last song, last call.